BTC 73.35 on BYBIT. In today's content, we're going to discuss something very important. As you can see it on the screen, we're going to start off with the weekly volume just to give credit to the bulls. They've been keeping the basically the volume very incredibly beautiful in terms of pattern, right? So in terms of volume and structure, but in terms of pattern, the bulls are doing an incredible job keeping the price down. But a weekly volume, you guys understand, like you just have to find a way to try to favor the bigger time frame, and the only bullish momentum I can find is like the weekly time frame. It is not looking bad at all regarding the volume structure, even though the volume is decreasing just like this, right? You can notice the biggest volume we got within the last 13 to 12 weeks. Basically, they all like bullish volume. Okay, it only the way I can assess this structure is like to say, hey, the bulls, they've been accumulating. Even though they pump the price down, most of us been selling, and then they keep buying, and you can see like price is basically moving sideways in this area. And then the last few weeks, the last roughly 6 weeks, right, the biggest volume basically was basically bullish momentum, buying pressure. Okay, so we just have to keep that in mind, at least for the short term, in case some of you guys are pretty much, it's not a financial advice. Some of us pretty much very bearish, some of us like 99% bearish and only 1% bullish. But I'm not 99% bearish. I'm only about 65 to 70% bearish right now, right? So, but I'm just gonna keep that in mind in case we got some bullish uptrend. I'm just gonna know how to react to the price action, right? But as of now, the uptrend is basically the downtrend is basically basically very significant. We're still looking to retest our lower 5500 to 4500 range, and 5500 to 4500 range, it is the fourth wave of the third wave, okay, which is like the support area back in 2019, right? April 2019, you can see like this area when we call like a BC breaking out, and we got the breakout, and we said like exactly BC going to be closing roughly around like a 55 to a 53 area range. We did that exactly. So that area of 4700 to 5500 range going to be a nice area to be paying attention if the bulls, okay, cannot keep up the momentum they've been trying to build up in this area. Big volume, okay, big volume, all of a sudden they lose the momentum. The bear is going to be neutralizing these two volume right around this area. So if like we have to neutralize the volume pressure, the buying pressure in this area, we'd most likely gonna see a big drop, okay? But if like we're gonna pump to the upside, it's gonna be a very strong move. It's not gonna be like a 2 to 3 days pump. It's going to be a very significant pump, and this pump could retrace the price back up to like at least 50% pullback, okay, of the 14k all the way up to roughly around like a 9600. So we just got to keep that in mind. Even though like we bearish, we got to give the bulls some credit. So do not be very very stingy and then just think about like what is working for you, right? So we've pretty much been very successful in this correction since like November. Never shorted BTC below 7k because we understood like basically the structure could could favor the bulls below 7k, and I keep saying it every single time we basically go for a live stream. I said like do not short BTC where below 7k. You got to make sure you get a good average above like a 74 to 75 range, and then take it all the way down below 7k and put your stop loss. Do not get into their territory. They're going to be very aggressive in this area. So the best thing to do to get a good average anywhere around this area, okay? If you get a good average anywhere around this area, it's not a financial advice. Take it to the downside, step out, put your stop loss, don't do anything, right? But if you try to short BTC like under 7k, guys, I'm telling you, all right, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a it's not going to be a it's not going to look good at all for you. All right, it's not going to look good at all for you. Every single live stream I keep saying it, do not short BTC under 7K. It's been like over 45 days. I'm very bearish, but I want to make sure, you know, if I'm taking it to the downside, I want to start it like from 75 to 74 range. Even 73 is tolerable. You can tolerate 73 and then take it to 68 and get out. You don't have to fully get out, but you can at least take some step back. Okay, step back. Do not mess with them under 7K. I'm telling you guys. So I'm telling you. So we got just about 34 watching, I think. So make sure to hit the likes and subscribe before we dive into the lower degree. It is quite incredible on the lower degree. We went live during the pump for our premium members, and then actually what we were expecting during the live stream, we just got it at the end of the live stream. That's why wave analysis is so incredible. If you understand wave analysis, you don't have to be correct, but you're gonna get basically a good assessment, get a good strategy. You're gonna stay calm, and then you're gonna jump in at the right time. That's why you have to understand wave analysis. For instance, you can see like somebody counting let's say I can see Jim, okay, counting 5, and then I'm gonna say 3, but both of us gonna understand what we're doing. He might be counting 5, I might be counting 3, because we can understand like sometimes you can have you know, if you need a if he's looking for instance like a flat correction, he's gonna be looking for 5, and they're gonna get this 3 and then look for the 5. But let's say I'm looking for a possible zigzag, I mean a possible let's do it like, let's say he's looking for a basically a zigzag, right? He's gonna count his 5 and then try to look for this 3, right, and then count this 5. But let's say for the same exact wave both of us are looking at, right, I can be saying, oh, you know, I'm gonna look for a 3, this is a 3, and I'm gonna look for this 3. My wave might be deeper, and then I'm gonna look for this wave to the upside. But the main thing is like we both agree, okay, price gonna drop, okay, and price gonna push back up, something like that. So you might have like two traders doing the same thing, just looking at a different way. So but if you're not skillful enough, you're not gonna be able to be very flexible, whether it is like 5 or 3. Okay, so you just have to learn your wave analysis and try to be very skillful, and then you know, and not try to understand how to assess the market. Otherwise you're going to be panicking. Most traders going to be panicking as soon as BTC pump like 100 points, and that's not good for your health, right? So make sure to join our public Telegram group, the link in the description. So if you want to join, make sure to click on the link, and then if you want to upgrade to our premium member, where we you know, talk about daily analysis, price target, in and out, Elliott waves, and how to be basically very profitable, right, and all of that good stuff. Hey, Crypto Forever, J-Mod in the house. Hey, what's up, Anin? Yeah, so keep that in mind. So let's dive into the, diving on the let's see, take a look at the lower degree. Regarding the lower degree, we just first thing first, we're going to talk about the volume. Okay, the volume is quite incredible. Big volume on the hourly. I was waiting for confirmation, still not good enough, right? You can see like as soon as this was live, right? So before we pump, I don't have time to go deep into the analysis what we talked about in our premium member, but we basically talked about everything. And right before the end of the live stream, you know, all the scenario, basically we talked about like a possible rejection is most likely than a pump. So it basically we basically got what we expected, right? So you can see the volume we got on the hourly. It is very significant, but not as significant as this volume we got like previously, right around I think it was like the 19th, right? Like almost like 2 weeks ago, right? This one we called the, I think it was the 29th, right? 29th, right? The 29th we got this big selling pressure, was like 7,000 on Binance, right? So but I think it's much higher on BYBIT, of course, right? So 7,000 on Binance, but right now we got like a 4 to 5,000, so it's not significant enough. So I wasn't comfortable like taking any position like with 4,000 selling pressure, right? I wasn't very comfortable, so I was like, let's wait. Okay, we could be making this U-turn and try to retest like 50% of this week live, guys, live. All right, it's still like not pumping enough. Okay, still not pumping enough, so it could still like a pump higher. This volume could be the 7,000 selling pressure. Okay, so this one could be the confirmation so of a downtrend. If like we get this you know, sell off to the downside, we could basically confirm like we could be moving much lower, right? But target to the downside, I'm looking for temporarily for the bulls to attempt to like defend. It is going to be roughly around like a 50% to basically a 382. 382 might not last that long, so I don't think it's gonna last. But I don't think 382 gonna last. But even if like we drop down to 382, we can pump back up to like a 236 before retesting anywhere around like you know, 786 to 50% pullback. But in term of Elliott wave, it all you know, it all confirmed like what we've been looking for, right? So what we've been looking for, I'm just gonna give you a little hint, guys. So right before the pump, we said like we could, okay, most basically Moon Boy is gonna be calling for this you know, symmetrical triangle. But if you understand what's going on, you're not gonna pay attention to this area. What you're gonna pay attention is like you're gonna pay attention to your 5-way structure you got to the upside. This 5-way structure, we all like we were live like this pump right here, right? So we got this 5-wave move. You can call this 5-wave move, right? So if you call this 5-wave move, you're gonna look for this wave, okay, to be your what? To be your zigzag to the downside, right? So but this zigzag could also be, that's your B wave, right? So you're assuming that's your B wave. So you're assuming that's a B wave, right? So but this B wave, it can be, right? It can be what? It can be a descending triangle. It can be a contracting triangle. So you just have to be very careful. That's how we analyze it. We say like the B wave, it can be, that's your A, right? That's A, and then you got B, and then you got C. So the B wave, I was either anticipating a contracting triangle, or we can basically a flat correction. So we didn't know like which one we're gonna get. So the best thing to do is like to step you know, out of bound and wait for this correction. Okay, wait for the correction to the downside, a possible push again, then you take it right there. So that's the safest thing to do. But we understood like this wave was basically just corrective, okay, especially on the lower degree. On the lower degree, if that's a wave number 5, you can see like this wave, it could make a descending triangle, right? Or it could make a flat correction. You got this impulse, and then you got this wave. All right, so we said like we can make this move before dropping. So do not play with this triangle, because you're gonna get trapped. If you play like this triangle, saying like, oh, we got a symmetrical triangle, we're gonna break out to the upside, because you forgot, like guys, you're gonna forget we got this move. Okay, you're gonna forget like we could be making this move also, right? Could be making this move right around this area, right? So and then a possible drop to the downside, and that's what we did exactly. So be cautious, okay? Be cautious. On the lower degree, you can see it. Volume is incredible, right? We got a big move to the downside. Take a look at it. What's the price is doing, right? Price is moving back up. What's the volume is doing? Volume is decreasing. So what it means, okay, it means like price gonna have to retrace. If price doesn't retrace, right, it can try to make a 3-wave move just like this before giving us this move, right? So either way you look at it, it's not good at all. Looking at this this scenario, right? This you know, bearish volume structure, right? Give you this 3, all right? That's it. Impulse 3. This is gonna be impulse down, right? So I mean, I'm not recommending any platform, just whatever you feel like it, man. I don't like to recommend platforms, right? So, but my BYBIT link is under the in the description. If you like it, you can use it, right? But to me, it is all about buying and selling. So, as long as you can use basically, and also like which one offer the lowest fee, of course. But I don't like to recommend exchanges. So. Yeah, down move, they are losing strength. I agree with that, especially on the weekly time frame. So we're just gonna need to like basically keep a nice support for the bulls. They need to keep like a nice support, at a 71.20 to like a 72.50 range. So we just need to basically keep that area very safe. Otherwise, we could be stealing, the bears could be stealing the show. So just be very cautious regarding basically shorting BC without no confirmation. So if you're bullish, guys, you gotta be very happy if you're bullish. So because you got something great to brag about right now. So. Hey, what's up, John? You talking about like the R side got a bullish divergence? I mean, which time frame? 1 minute or 5 minutes? So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Drew? We're gonna talk about Bitcoin Cash. Okay, what's up, Edward? Edward, you cannot hear. I'm sorry, man. Hey guys, the sound is good, right? So let me know if the sound is good. So I think like Edward saying like he can hear. So so let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly 21 EMA, it is looking good, at least for the short term, in terms of a possible target to the upside. If like the bulls decide to take it to the upside, that's the most probable challenge. Weekly 21 EMA and daily 100 EMA. All right. So I already talked about it in my premium member. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up also, right? So if you bearish, just be cautious until you get more confirmation. But as of now, you just be very, very cautious. Even though we got a big rejection, we got to confirm it. The rejection is not good, like in terms of volume. It's not great. 4,000 in 1 hour is not a lot. Okay, so it's not a lot. Let's take a look at it. So you see what I'm telling you, right? So you can see like the bulls like attempting to push back up, but 4,000 selling pressure, hourly volume is not a lot. Okay, 6.5 to 7,000, gonna be great. Like this one we got 5, right? Yeah, that one we got 5. So similar structure right around the hourly 21 EMA also, but we just gonna have to confirm it, right? You can see like this one we also like a pump back up, make a nice corrective pullback, and then bang, take it to the downside, right? So just wait at least till we break the 1 hour 21 1 hour 100 EMA, and then you can look for some possible further retracement. 6 hour and daily. So we got a divergence even on the roughly. You can see like we got a divergence all over the place. Yeah, we got divergence all over the place, right? We got divergence all over the place. Yeah, whenever you get a falling wedge, 9 out of 10 is gonna be with a divergence. So you just have to be very cautious. But a big move is coming, guys. Sometime like this week, we're definitely gonna get a big answer. And then we're gonna know which way we're going. But a big move is coming, and that volume most likely going to break this trend line. Okay, that volume, if it is bearish, guys, so it's not gonna. The bull's gonna be suffering a lot, right? So, alt bull run. We're gonna talk about alt next, right? Alt need to like get a crossover 21 over 100 on the bullish side in order to stay to try to start any bull run. We need like a 21 EMA crossing over the 100 EMA, right? So hey, what's up, Gupta? Yep, I mean, like I said, do not short BTC under 7K. Put a stop loss. We entered at a 73 to 75, and then got out 68. Put stop loss at the set to put a stop loss at 71, 72, and you just have to put a stop loss, man. And because once you get inside their own territory, guys, you just gotta be able to protect yourself. It's like you cannot mess with the bulls below 7K. I said it. It's been like a month. I've been saying it. Do not short BTC under 7K, right? I'm very bearish, but I know my limits, right? So I know my limits. I know where I should be shorting, where I shouldn't be shorting at, right? So you gotta be careful, man. Just because you're bearish doesn't mean you're gonna short all over the place, right? Let's say we got a big surprising move, 30, 40% move. What you gonna do? Are you gonna say like, oh, I'm bearish, I was right, blah blah blah? No, you're not gonna say that, right? You say, hey, we got trend reversal, let's take it. That's it. So if we drop below 72.50, I would at least like reduce position, and basically, I still think we can retest the 71.50 range. So, but let's see. It could be very quick though. It could be a very quick move. It could be a very quick move to retest at least 50% of this body candle, right? So not at least, but could retest like this area. All right. So, but just to be safe, that's the previous resistance. Now it's acting as a support. So just not now, but it could be acting as a support. So just which is like a 7160 to 7260 range, even down to like a 7100. But just to be safe, get out at 7250, right? So and reassess if you break even, right? You can see like this area going to be a nice area to watch for some price action, right? So let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash next. It's going to be a very short live stream, guys. So Bitcoin Cash, it is giving me a top formation. This could be a basically ending diagonal, or it can be a just my W type of pattern I like to look at, right? So it can be could be like this, right? So a sort of ending diagonal, something like that, and then a further drop to the downside. So a further retracement. So if you pay attention last time during our last live stream, what we said like we got two wave up, right? So Bitcoin Cash could be making wave number 5. So if we're gonna make a wave number 5, it's not gonna look good at all for the bears in regard to the BTC bears, right? So it's not going to look good, and that's exactly what happened. We made a 5-way structure, so that's why it is good to understand like your waves count, not to be like not to be bearish all the time, and pay attention to a bullish possibility, right? So the bullish possibility we talked about was like this way, 5-way. So it is time to get some rejection right around this area of 100 EMA on the daily, which is like a roughly around like a 230, 233 range, and not sure if like we're gonna retest it, right? But if like we retest it, that's gonna be a great area to get a rejection there. and we could be looking for at least a 50% to 0.618 pullback, which is going to be great for BTC bears, right? So keep that in mind. But the overall structure for Bitcoin Cash is still bearish. I'm not surprised about this move. As I said it late November, watch out for this move, and this move is most of the time going to give you another impulse wave. So the only thing we got, the surprising thing is we broke this area of support, right? We broke it, right? Just for a day or so, and then get the impulse wave. Similar move we got in this area, okay? You can see it, right? And I showed you multiple times. You can see we made basically 3 or 5 wave, however you want to count it. Rejection, 100 EMA. It's a similar rejection. So but doesn't mean it doesn't mean we are gonna be getting the rejection also. Just because we got rejection doesn't mean we're gonna get rejection. So we just have to be very cautious. This rejection might be just temporary, okay? It might be just temporary. It might be another 3 wave, and then get pumped back up with another 5 wave before making this wave down, right? So but let's see how it is how we gonna what type of pattern we're gonna get. So yeah. Thanks a lot, Jim. Yeah, it could be a C too, so but we will see. So let's move on to Ethereum. So Ethereum, it is basically, I don't see any type of Elliott wave count I can access for Ethereum. The only wave I can see is as of now, that's the only thing I can say I can see in this area, okay? So this descending ascending triangle, that's the only thing I can see for Ethereum. And it is not looking bad at all, in terms of bullishness, but we have to confirm it with a higher volume, especially on BYBIT is very low. Let's take a look at it on Poloniex much better. So not looking bad, right? In terms of volume. So if we get this breakout, we're gonna take a look at a possible target to the upside. But as of now, we still sitting very tight in this area. So we're gonna take a look at Ethereum again. We just gonna need to break this area of 130 to 136. So we just need to break it, and with a higher volume, we cannot do it with this basically break this trend line in terms of volume and continue the uptrend. But as of now, it's still on a downtrend. No reversal sign so far, okay? No reversal sign. Otherwise, you're gonna be oops, we're reversing in this area. You gotta remember, we said Ethereum gonna drop 50% at least, right? So, and we did drop all the way down. So you cannot just be bullish because Ethereum is up 5-7%. So let's take a look at XRP. So King XRP is still basically moving sideways. No sign of a bullish momentum so far. We even struggling to close above this area of 211 EMA, not even close to it, right? So first thing first, we just need to jump above a 20 cents, right? If we can hit a 20 cents above, that's going to be temporarily bullish for XRP. But as of now, it is not bullish at all for XRP. Similar move we made in this area. So XRP in this area, we said watch out. We did push to the upside, and then we said the most probable scenario is to capitulate down, right? And then we drop almost from a 20 roughly 23 all the way down to 17.5. So That's a good move right there. Almost 25% drop. So it is a good time for it is pretty much reasonable for XRP to stay in this range and consolidate, and then give us a better direction. But I would not be shorting XRP anything below 20 cents. I'm just going to be extremely cautious. If I'm shorting it, short it like low leverage, stuff like that. It's not a financial advice, but short it with low leverage, because like I said, anything below 18 cents for XRP is accumulative, right? Nothing bearish, just accumulative. And I said it when XRP was 31 cents, guys, and I said, like, be cautious, right? Because we could be possibly dropping all the way down to 15 cents, right? And we already dropped all the way down to 17.5, right? So, and anything below 20% of your final target, guys, it is accumulative, right? So let's say you're looking for a Litecoin from like $100, right? And you said like oh, I want to buy Litecoin at $20. If Litecoin drops down to like a 22 to 24, you got to be able to at least buy 25% of your stocks, right? At least, right? So 25 to 30%, because you're within like a 20% of your target, right? So you don't want to be too greedy and waiting for a lower number, right? But anything below, below 20 to 25% of your final target, it is a good buy. So XRP is a good buy, guys. So and I said it multiple times when XRP dropped down to 22, and I said actually 22 right around this area, and I said, like, look for this move. Let me zoom it in. And I said, like, basically look for XRP up to like a 32 cents, right? So we got that move exactly, guys. We moved sideways, push back up. So we dumped back, push back up, and I said, like, we made a nice channel, very, very clean. Okay, corrective, very clean. Most likely we're gonna drop down to 25. We did drop down to 25, pump back up. People, wanted to long XRP, and I was like, XRP is not longable, guys. Don't go long on XRP. And you can see it, we dropped almost, guys, like 25%. So we're gonna get some price action very, very soon. The week of this week gonna be very volatile. So basically gonna give us like a nice volatility. So let's take a look at EOS. EOS still looking great, not looking bad in terms of bearishness. It is doing much better than basically Litecoin, Ethereum. You can see like how EOS is basically like holding very strong. Everybody else dropping like much lower. It is not even dropping that low. So let's see. EOS similar move. Area to look for 100 EMA on the daily. Previous resistance. Right. Same structure, okay. Previous resistance could be the next resistance, like a $3, roughly 2.97. If and only if we do not get rejected. So first thing first, we need to get out of this area, right? We need to get out of this area first, right? In order to call for any bullish momentum, right? Similar structure with BTC, like as BTC, right? You can see the volume at the bottom is being dominated by the bulls, right? Similar structure being dominated by the bulls. So just be very cautious in regard to price action within the next 5 to 10 days, even all the way down like to late January, right? So but the overall structure is still bearish until like proven otherwise. I'm just giving you guys a heads up in case you try to short BTC unknowingly and then get trapped, right? So all right, guys, let me see if you guys have any question. If not, I'm just gonna call it a day. Just wanted to make it a very short live stream. So 6,800, let's go. Well, if you're shorting now, Let's take a look at chain link. Basically, link, we made a top formation, and we called this top formation when link basically give us our W formation, right? So what I would be looking for link, I don't have any link, I'm not trading link, right? So we exactly at 50% pullback. So the most that's link BTC, right? So we could be looking for link to at least attempt to give us a bullish pattern. Okay, first target could be like your previous 382. If like we break it, we just gonna have to retest like a 236. But as of now, it's nothing bullish about link. It is just like sitting right around this area of a 50% pullback. We got the 21 EMA crossing over the, already crossed over the 100 EMA. So that's not a good sign. So if like we get the next drop to a 0.61, it is going to be a good buy area. Okay, like roughly around like a 22,000 range. Okay, 22,000 range is going to be a good buy for link, at least for the short term, to look for a possible rebound, right? But we got a significant bearish momentum, and this bearish momentum could last for for a good period of time before we basically see like any reversal pattern, right? So, but at least for the short term, I would be looking for like 22,000 sats. If you take a look at link USD, okay, link USD, we called for this drop, but you can see after we drop down, we got this big move to the upside. So that's a link USD. Right now we just basically try to correct back, and we called for the link to drop all the way down to like 190. So that was like when link was like almost $3, guys. So we already retested like 160. So that's a good sign, at least for the short term, right? It is a good sign. But a possible re-entry area for link could be like a 140 range. Okay, but if we break 140, you just gotta get out, guys. So if we break 140, I would not be messing with link. So because this could be like a big correction, like it could possibly be a correction like this, right? Could be possibly a correction like this, or we could make another, let's see, we could make a contracting triangle in this area, make another lower high, and then get this further move down before moving back up, right? So either way you look at it, it is a good buy area in this right around like $1.40. Okay, could be a good buy area, and look for a possible lower high, okay, and get this either flat, or you can call it flat or contracting, before making this move down and further up, right? So thanks a lot, Patriots. Hey guys, if you're watching, make sure to hit the likes and subscribe, man. So let's take a look at Dash. Somebody's saying Dash is very important, right? In Central America. Let's take a look at Dash BTC. I like Dash BTC better. Dash BTC, it's been a while since I analyzed Dash BTC, but last time we analyzed Dash BTC, we said like look for this 1.27 to 1.41, this area. Haven't analyzed Dash since then, I think, right? So you can see it, basically we got a nice area of resistance. Okay, so you can see we basically got the resistance we were looking for exactly, and then basically just not resistance but support, right? And then basically just capitulated down. So the good thing about Dash right now versus BTC, like we just got a big volume, but we have to sustain this big volume. It could be a 5 wave, just like a Bitcoin Cash, what we talked about a couple of days ago, when Bitcoin Cash gave us 3 wave move, right? It's like we could be making the wave number 5, and that's going to be very bullish for BTC. So, but if Dash going to be making wave number 5, most likely BTC going to be dropping, right? So keep that in mind, right? So if Dash going to be making this move, BTC going to be dropping, and then we're going to wait for 50% pullback to 0.618 pullback. Could be very slow, right? Before any decision about like a reversal. But you just don't go sign like a, we're going to get reversal because we got a big volume. Because if that's the case, like you take a look at one chain, right? One chain, like I think like 3-4 months ago was like a 52,000 sats, and I was telling you guys it is time to take profit because one gonna be dropping all the way below like 20,000 sats, right? I'm not sure if you retested 20,000, but 2,000 actually, not 20,000. Let's see, let's double check it. Yeah, I think 2,000, right? 2,000. As one is 17 cents or so. Yep. In this area, one went up like all the way up to what? To like almost 60,000, guys. And I was telling you guys, just take profits, right? Because one could be dropping all the way below what, 2,000 sats. We're still not below 2,000, but the main thing is like from 60,000 all the way down to like even like down to like 2,000, right? We didn't drop below it, but we retested exactly to 220. Okay, 2,000 exactly, guys. 2009. So that's how incredible it is, guys, to pay attention to the market. Not just like jump in because like we got a big volume. This wasn't like a reversal pattern, okay? It was not it just pumped, but it wasn't a reversal pattern. And this is definitely a bear market structure. We do not want to break this area. It's gonna be tough to jump back above it. So it's gonna be tough to jump back above it. XTZ, we talked about XTZ. That's XTZ. Let's take a look at it. XTZ weekly. So XTZ on the weekly. I think 3 weeks ago, we talked about XTZ and we said like, let's pay attention to the weekly time frame only because we don't have any sign of bearishness when you take a look at the weekly time frame after we pump all the way up here. And now basically, even though like we hit resistance, I wasn't that bearish. All I said like take profits, right? Take profits and then basically wait a little bit, and then within the next few weeks you're gonna get a sign of reversal. Still, this is not a sign of reversal. As of now, it's not a reversal. It is just corrective. It is just moving sideways. So let's see what type of a pullback we're gonna get back up to like a 150 or so. If that pullback most likely gonna give us a sign of either if like we're gonna break this area or not. But as of now, just be very cautious. It looks like a good buy area on this weekly 211 EMA. If like this area going to be sustained, we most likely gonna pull back up to like a 150 range. Okay, so but we talked about it 3-4 weeks ago when at the very top actually like a 180, 187 we said like a take profit. Okay, take profits. So let's take a look at it on the daily. On the daily, very impulse. So we could possibly let's see. On the 100 EMA, so it seems like a good buy right now. So we exactly at 382, but 382 is not giving us any sign of reversal. So if like we drop down to 50%, most likely 50% could be holding the price, which is like a $1.16 range. So $1.16 we could push back up to like a $1.50 range. Okay, so that's gonna be really good for the bulls, right? And a possible even push back up, right? So So but area to look for could be like a $1.16 range. It is very close, man. Like we already called it like from 180 all the way down to like a 124. So if you sold at a, it's not a financial advice, but if you sold at 180, you know, you're buying like a almost like, you know, let's see, almost 30% cheaper. That's a good buy. Okay, that's a good buy. Just keep buying all the way, because we most likely, okay, with a very high probability, we're gonna get some bullish candle very soon, either at 50% or like roughly around like you know, 0.618. So I would just lot a position in this area and look for another bullish momentum, right, up to like a 0.618, depending where the bottom is, right? So let's say the bottom going to be $1, just rough estimate, temporary bottom, right? So we could be looking for this move, okay, back to $0.618, $1.50, so which is another 50% move, which is a lot. So which is a lot. Alright guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Hopefully you guys gonna be safe out there and not do anything crazy regarding BTC. Market is going to be very volatile within the next you know, next 2 weeks, so just be cautious and be prepared for some volatility. It's gonna be really fun. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, man.